Hello everyone, welcome to my show. I'm the Empath, and we're back with Babble. Bible Babble Bubble Bubble. Bubble Bubble Bubble. So, we're gonna pick up where we left off with chapter 4 of the book of Numbers. So, the duties of the Levite clan of Kohath. Fun names. The Lord told Moses to take a census of the Levite clan of Kohath by subclans and families, and to register all the men between the ages of 30 and 50 who were qualified to work in the tent of the Lord's presence. Their service involves the most holy things. The Lord gave Moses the following instructions. When it is time to break camp, Aaron and his sons shall enter the tent, take down the curtain in front of the covenant box, and cover the box with it. They shall put a fine leather cover over it. Spread a cloth of solid blue on top, and then insert the carrying poles. They shall spread a blue cloth over the table of the bread offered to the Lord, and put on it the dishes, the incense bowls, the offering bowls, and the jars of wine offering. There shall always be bread on the table. They shall spread a red cloth over all of this, put fine leather cover over it, and then insert the carrying poles. They shall take a blue cloth and cover the lampstand with its lamps, tongs, trays, and all the olive oil containers. They shall wrap it and all its equipment in a fine leather cover and place it on a carrying frame. Next, they shall spread a blue cloth over the gold altar, put fine leather cover over it, and then insert the carrying poles. They shall take all the utensils used in the holy place, wrap them in a blue cloth, put a fine leather cover over them, and place them on a carrying frame. They shall remove the greasy ashes from the altar and spread a purple cloth over it. They shall put on it all the equipment used in the service at the altar: fire pans, hooks, shovels, and basins. Then they shall put a fine leather cover over it and insert the carrying poles. When it is time to break camp, the clan of Kohath shall come to carry the sacred objects only after Aaron and his sons have finished covering them and all their equipment. The Kohath clan must not touch the sacred objects or they will die. These are the responsibilities of the Kohath clan whenever the tent is moved. Eleazar, son of Aaron, the priest, shall be responsible for the whole tent and for the oil for the lamps, and incense, the grain offerings, the anointing oil, and everything else in the tent that has been consecrated to the Lord. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Do not let the clan of Kohath be killed by coming near these most sacred objects." To prevent this from happening, Aaron and his sons shall go in and assign each man his task, and tell him what to carry. But if the Kohathites enter the tent and see the priests preparing the sacred objects for moving, they will die. The duties of the Levite clan of Gershon. The Lord told Moses to take a census of the Levite clan of Gershon by subclans and families, and to register all the men between the ages of 30 and 50 who were qualified to work in the tent of the Lord's presence. They shall be responsible for carrying the following objects: the tent, its inner cover, its outer cover, the fine leather cover on top of it, the curtain for the entrance, the curtains and ropes for the court that is around the tent and the altar, the curtains for the entrance of the court, and all the fittings used in setting up these objects. They shall perform all the tasks required for these things. Moses and Aaron shall see to it that the Gershonites perform all the duties and carry everything that Aaron and his sons assign to them. These are the responsibilities of the Gershon clan in the tent. They shall carry them out under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. The duties of the Levite clan of Merari is the next section. The Lord told Moses to take a census of the Levite clan of Merari by subclans and families, and to register all the men between the ages of 30 and 50 who were qualified to work in the tent of the Lord's presence. They shall be responsible for carrying the frames, bars, posts, and bases on the tent of the tent, uh, and the posts, bases, pegs, and ropes of the court around the tent. With all the fittings used in setting them up, each man will be responsible for carrying specific items. These are the responsibilities of the Merari clan in their service in the tent. They shall carry them out under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. The census of the Levites. Following the Lord's command, Moses, Aaron, and the leaders of the community took a census of the three Levite clans: Kohath, Gershon, and Merari. They did this by subclans and families and registered all the men between the ages of 30 and 50 who were qualified to work in the tent of the Lord's presence. As follows: Kohath had 2,750. Gershon had 2,630. Merari had 3,200. 3,200. Total 8,580. Each man was registered as the Lord had commanded Moses, and at the command of the Lord given through Moses, each man was assigned responsibility for his task of serving or carrying. That's chapter 4. and it's a whole bunch of nuances of things that don't really apply so much nowadays. If you want to try to go ahead and apply them, go for it. Anyway, unclean people is chapter 5, or what it starts with. The Lord said to Moses, "Command the people of Israel to expel from the camp everyone with a dread skin disease or a bodily discharge, and everyone who is unclean by contact with a corpse. Send all these ritually unclean people out so that they will not defile the camp where I live among my people." The Israelites obeyed and expelled them all from the camp. Yawning. Happens when I read. Repayment for wrongdoing. Repayment for wrong is done. The Lord gave Moses the following instructions for the people of Israel. When anyone is unfaithful to the Lord and commits a wrong against someone, he must confess his sin and make full repayment, plus an additional 20% to the person he was wronged. To the person he has wronged. But if that person has died and has no near relative to whom payment can be made, it shall be given to the Lord for the priest. This payment is in addition to the ram used to perform the ritual of purification for the guilty person. Also, every special contribution which the Israelites offer to the Lord belongs to the priest to whom they present it. Each priest shall keep the offerings presented to him. Seems fair enough. Cases of wives with suspicious husbands. The Lord commanded Moses to give the Israelites the following instructions. It may happen that a man becomes suspicious that his wife is unfaithful to him. Oh, okay, now that makes sense. And has defiled herself by having intercourse with another man. But the husband may not be certain, for his wife may have kept it secret. There was no witness, and she was not caught in the act. Or it may happen that a husband becomes suspicious of his wife, even though she has not been unfaithful. In either case, the man shall take his wife to the priest. He shall also take the required offering of 2 pounds of barley flour, but he shall not pour any olive oil on it or put any incense on it, because it is an offering from a suspicious husband made to bring the truth to the light. The priest shall bring the woman forward and have her stand in front of the altar. He shall pour some holy water into a clay bowl and take some of the earth that is on the floor of the tent of the Lord's presence and put it in the water. Then he shall loosen the woman's hair and put the offering of flour in her hands. In his hands the priest shall hold the bowl containing the bitter water that brings a curse. Then the priest shall make the woman agree to this oath spoken by the priest. If you have not committed adultery, you will not be harmed by the curse that this water brings. But if you have committed adultery, may the Lord make your name a curse among your people. May he cause your genital organs to shrink and your stomach to swell up. May this water enter your stomach and cause it to swell up and your genital organs to shrink. The woman shall respond, "I agree, may the Lord do so." Then the priest shall write this curse down and wash the writing off into the bowl of bitter water. Before he makes the woman drink the water, which may then cause her bitter pain, the priest shall take the offering of flour out of the woman's hands, hold it out in dedication to the Lord, and present it on the altar. Then he shall take a handful of it as a token offering and burn it on the altar. Finally he shall make the woman drink the water. If she has committed adultery, the water will cause bitter pain, her stomach will swell up, and her genital organs will shrink. Her name will become a curse among her people. But if she is innocent, she will not be harmed and will be able to bear children. This is the law in cases where a man is jealous and becomes suspicious that his wife has committed adultery. The woman shall be made to stand in front of the altar, and the priest shall perform this ritual. The husband shall be free of guilt, but the woman, if guilty, must suffer the consequences. This doesn't make sense to me. If she suffers pain from consuming this stuff, then she's this sounds kind of like a witch trial sort of thing, and I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, that's if you have a better understanding of it than I do, go for it. But if the only response you really have is it's God, so he'll do the right sort of thing, I I don't know. I feel like there's a better understanding to be had of this. I don't know. It sounds kind of like witch trials. Anyway, chapter 6, rules for Nazarites. The Lord commanded Moses to give the following instructions to the people of Israel. Any man or woman who makes a special vow to become a Nazarite and dedicate himself to the Lord shall abstain from wine and beer. Already talking about Nazarites. He shall not drink any kind of drink made from grapes or eat any grapes or raisins. As long as he is a Nazarite, he shall not eat anything that comes from a grapevine, not even the seeds or skins of grapes. As long as he is under the Nazarite vow, he must not cut his hair or shave. He is bound by the vow for the time that he is dedicated to the Lord, and he shall let his hair and beard grow. His hair is the sign of his dedication to God, and so he must not defile himself by going near a corpse, not even that of his father, mother, brother, or sister. As long as he is a Nazarite, he is consecrated to the Lord. If the consecrated hair of a Nazarite is defiled because he is right beside someone who suddenly dies, he must wait 7 days and then shave off his hair and beard, and so he becomes ritually clean. On the 8th day he shall bring 2 doves or 2 pigeons to the priest at the entrance of the tent of the Lord's presence. The priest shall offer one as a sin offering and the other as a burnt offering, to perform the ritual of purification for him because of his contact with the corpse. On the same day the man shall reconsecrate his hair and rededicate to the Lord, this time as a Nazarite. The previous period of time doesn't count, because his consecrated hair was defiled. As a repayment offering he shall bring a 1-year-old lamb. When a Nazarite completes his vow, he shall perform the ritual. He shall go to the entrance of the tent and present to the Lord 3 animals without any defects: a 1-year-old male lamb for a burnt offering, a 1-year-old ewe lamb for a sin offering, and a ram for a fellowship offering. He shall also offer a basket of bread made without yeast, thick loaves made of flour mixed with olive oil, and thin cakes brushed with olive oil, and in addition the required offerings of grain and wine. The priest shall present all these to the Lord and offer the sin offering and the burnt offering. He shall sacrifice the ram to the Lord as a fellowship offering, and offer it with the basket of bread. He shall also present the offerings of grain and wine. At the entrance of the tent, the Nazarite shall shave off his hair and put it on the fire on which the fellowship offering is being burned. Then, when the shoulder of the ram is boiled, the priest shall take it and put it, together with 1 thick loaf of bread and 1 thin cake from the basket, into the hands of the Nazarite. Next, the priest shall present them as a special gift to the Lord. They are a sacred offering for the priest, in addition to the breast and the leg of the ram, which by law belong to the priest. After that, the Nazarite may drink wine. These are the regulations for Nazarites. But if a Nazarite promises an offering beyond what his vow requires him to give, he must fulfill exactly the promises he made. Okay. And still going on with chapter 6. The priestly blessing. The Lord commanded Moses to tell Aaron and his sons to use the following words in blessing the people of Israel. May the Lord bless you and take care of you. May the Lord be kind and gracious to you. May the Lord look on you with favor and give you peace. And the Lord said, if they pronounce my name as a blessing upon the people of Israel, I will bless them. I actually kind of want to write that down and kind of carry that with me, or have it saved on my phone. That way I can have, because that's a good blessing. Anyway, like that. Yeah, like I get that it's the priestly blessing, but like there's no reason you can't state that sort of blessing on someone. Like it's anyway. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in my own thing. Uh, I'll see if I can do 2 more chapters. I don't know. We'll see how much I decide to do. The offerings of the leaders, chapter 7. On the day Moses finished setting up the tent of the Lord's presence, he anointed and dedicated the tent and all its equipment, and the altar and all its equipment. Then the clan chiefs, who were leaders in the tribes of Israel, the same men who were in charge of the census, brought their offerings to the Lord: 6 wagons and 12 oxen, a wagon for every 2 leaders, and an ox for each leader. After they had presented them, the Lord said to Moses, accept these gifts for use in the work to be done for the tent. Give them to the Levites according to the work they have to do. So Moses gave the wagons and the oxen to the Levites. He gave 2 wagons and 4 oxen to the Gershonites, and 4 wagons and 8 oxen to the Merarites. I yawn when I read them out loud. All their work has to be done under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron. But Moses gave no wagons or oxen to the Kohathites, because the sacred objects they took care of had to be carried on their shoulders. The leaders also brought offerings to celebrate the dedication of the altar. When they were ready to present their gifts at the altar, the Lord said to Moses, tell them that each day, for a period of 12 days, one of the leaders is to present his gifts for the dedication of the altar. They presented their offerings in the following order. First, the tribe of Judah. The leader is uh, Nashon, son of Aminadab. Second tribe, Issachar. Leader, Nathaniel, son of Zuar. Third, Zebulun. Eliab, son of Helon. Fourth, Reuben. Elizur, son of Shedeur. Fifth, Simeon. Shalumiel, son of Zurishaddai. Sixth, Gad. Eliasaph, son of Deuel. Seventh, Ephraim. Elishama, son of Ammihud. Eighth, Manasseh. Gamaliel, son of Pedazur. Ninth, Benjamin. Abidan, son of Gideoni. 10th, Dan. Ahaziah, son of Ammishaddai. 11th, Asher. Pagiel, son of Ochran. 12th, Naphtali. Ahira, son of Enan. The offerings each one brought were identical, 1 silver bowl weighing 50 ounces and 1 silver basin weighing 30 ounces, by one official standard, both of by the official standard, both of them full of flour mixed with oil for the grain offering. 1 gold dish weighing 4 ounces full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1-year-old lamb uh, for the burnt offering, 1 goat for the sin offering, and 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 goats, and 5 1-year-old lambs for the fellowship offering. The totals of the offerings brought by the 12 leaders for the dedication of the altar were as follows: 12 silver bowls and 12 silver basins, weighing a total of 60 pounds. 12 gold dishes, weighing a total of 48 ounces, filled with incense. 12 bulls, 12 rams, and 12 1-year-old lambs, plus the grain offerings that go with them for the burnt offerings. 12 goats for the sin offerings, 24 bulls, 60 rams, 60 goats, 60 1-year-old lambs for the fellowship offerings. When Moses went into the tent to talk with the Lord, he heard the Lord speaking to him from above the lid on the covenant box, between the 2 winged creatures. Chapter 8. Yeah, we'll do one more. Placing the lamps. The Lord said to Moses, "Tell Aaron that when he puts the 7 lamps on the lampstand, he should place them so that the light shines towards the front." Aaron obeyed and placed the lamps facing the front of the lampstand. From top to bottom, the lampstand was made of hammered gold, according to the pattern that the Lord had shown Moses. The purification and dedication of the Levites. The Lord said to Moses, "Separate the Levites and the rest of the people of Israel and purify them in the following way. Sprinkle them with the water of purification and have them shave their whole bodies, and have them wash their clothes. Then they will be ritually clean. Then they are to take a young bull and the required grain offering of flour mixed with olive oil, and you are to take another bull for the sin offering. Then assemble the whole community of Israel and have the Levites stand in front of the tent of my presence. The people of Israel are to place their hands on the heads of the Levites. And then Aaron shall dedicate the Levites to me as a special gift from the Israelites, so that they may do my work. The Levites shall then put their hands on the heads of the 2 bulls. One is to be offered as a sin offering, and the other as a burnt offering, in order to perform the ritual purification for the Levites. Dedicate the Levites as a special gift to me, and put Aaron and his sons in charge of them. Separate the Levites in this way from the rest of the Israelites, so that they will belong to me. After you have purified and dedicated the Levites, they will be qualified to work in the tent. I have claimed them in the place of all the firstborn sons of the Israelites, and they belong to me alone. When I killed all the firstborn in Egypt, I consecrated as my own the oldest son of each Israelite family, and the firstborn of every animal. I am now taking the Levites instead of all the firstborn of the Israelites, and I assign the Levites to Aaron and his sons as a gift from the Israelites, to work in the tent for the people of Israel, and to protect the Israelites from the disaster that would strike them if they came too near the holy place. So Moses, Aaron, and all the people of Israel dedicated to the Levites as the Lord commanded Moses. Hold on. So Moses, Aaron, and all the people of Israel dedicated the Levites. Okay. As the Lord commanded Moses. The Levites purified themselves and washed their clothes, and Aaron dedicated them as a special gift to the Lord. He also performed the ritual purification for them. The people did everything the Lord commanded Moses concerning the Levites, and so the Levites were qualified to work in the tent under Aaron and his sons. The Lord said to Moses, "From the age of 25 each Levite shall perform his duties in the tent of my presence. At the age of 50 he shall retire. After that he may help his fellow Levites in performing their duties in the tent, but he must not perform any service by himself. That is how you are to regulate the duties of the Levites." And we will stop there. So, yeah, got through 5 chapters. Nice. Like I said, Numbers is a lot of detail-oriented stuff. Um, it's just how it is. It's called Numbers for a reason. So, thank you for watching. Like and favorite if you enjoyed. Subscribe to become a VIP today. And I will see you all next time. Have a great day.